What's good, Council of Comics? You already know what day it is, son. It's new comic book day. We're here at the Turniverse. Let's go get it. Yeah. Shout out to Madness. Yeah. Rogue Nation 845. Bro. Woo! What's up, peoples? What's good, sir? Chillin'? What's good, bro? How you doing?
I'm alright.
Chillin'?
There's a plenty of momocos today.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
I was trying to keep my stack short this week.
I don't know. It's a tough call.
Some goodies, huh?
There's too many goodies.
Alright. How you been?
Good, man. How about you?
Chillin'. What up, bro?
How's it going?
Chillin'.
Hey, Cliff. How's it going, buddy?
Let's see what I got here.
Oh, wow.
Boom.
Okay.
Man, Mike Allred, Superman.
Yeah.
Nice.
Gotta have it, man. It's not too often that he does DC stuff, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And if it's Superman, I mean, that's even better. He
So
did that-
clean.
He did that Superman Madman crossover, like in the 90s. And that was pretty sweet. So, as soon as I saw that solicited, I was like, gotta
Nice.
have that, man.
What else you got?
That one's high on my list. I like this book a lot. This series, Strange. This is with Clea Strange taking over as Sorcerer Supreme.
That's a key book.
Yeah, man, for real. No, I think it's cool. You know, well timed, obviously, because of what happened in Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with that character. So it's cool to see her.
I'm sure it was all planned out.
I'm sure it was, man. But you know what? That's good. That's okay for some synergy there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what's up. Big issue right here, 900.
I know.
John Romita Jr. again, you know, back. Of course, he's doing the cover. He's not doing the interior, but he's been doing the.
Who's doing the interior?
This is Ed McGuinness on the interior.
McGuinness is
He's
doing the interior.
70 pages.
70 pages.
Yeah, by McGuinness on this one, and then there's a couple short stories in there. Dan Slott and Marcos Martin. So I know those two
Spidey
guys.
made it.
Yeah, man.
900.
Yep, somebody's counting that. I don't know. I lost count a long time ago. And what else we got here? I'm looking forward to this one too. Ant-Man.
Supposedly an Ant-Man from the future or something
Yeah,
like that.
there's like 4 different eras of Ant-Man in this one, but it's Al Ewing. You know, his stuff's real trippy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like having Grant Morrison in Marvel. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The way he kind of ties in stuff. You know, using like old concepts and. But kind of a little modern spin to it, and Tom Riley on the art too. He was real good. He did that Thing miniseries this past year. I thought that was really good. Just a few other things here, you know. I'm not the biggest Gambit fan in the world, but come on, I mean, it's gonna be fun. It's a throwback story.
It's written by Claremont.
And it's Claremont. It's Chris Claremont, so you're not gonna miss on that.
Yeah.
You know, again, I think like having him doing an X-Men story and John Romita Jr. doing Spidey, that's like comfort food, man.
Yeah.
You know, the Cap, Symbol of Truth, that's Sam Wilson. This is the Sam Wilson series. I guess they're crossing paths with Doctor Doom. I know Black Panther's in there.
Yeah, I see
and
shades of
Deadpool.
MCU in there getting ready to come through.
Yeah, no, I think that's cool. I'm glad to see him back in the costume. I'm a huge Cap fan, no matter who's in that costume.
So you excited for New World Order?
Yeah, man, that just got announced, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see what shape
Supposedly
that.
Sin will be the villain.
Yeah, I heard about that,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
heard Union Jack is in it too.
Yeah.
Because I gotta tell you, some of my favorite Marvel characters, one of my favorite comic book characters are like, you know, World War II era heroes, you know what I mean? So like my dream like Marvel movie is like The Invaders.
Nice.
And I know they're talking about Union Jack being in that movie. So that's like one step closer for me, man, between him and Namor being in Black Panther. So now that Venom
This is a key issue.
Yeah, that's got Kang in there,
Yep.
which is interesting. You
Supposed to reveal who Bedlam is.
Yeah, yeah. So we got a lot going on. I think that's been a good book. I don't know what else we got. Did we do Obi-Wan? No.
Obi-Wan?
No, Obi-Wan. This has been good.
It's been decent, yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're just I don't want to call it filler stories, but they're they're throwbacks to different eras of the character. So it just kind of fills you in a little bit on some adventures that maybe you hadn't seen of his. I think it's a good book to give somebody if you want to be like, hey, this is who Obi-Wan is.
Definitely.
Which is cool. Again, show was recently. I did not read the first issue of this, but
I read it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what Paul was saying. He said it was
pretty good.
It looks cool. I like Jed McKay a lot as a writer. Perez on the art. So that you're not going to miss on that. And then last, had to get this. This is from my favorite Wolverine era right here.
Yeah.
Madripoor.
Not too many people know about the Madripoor era.
Oh, dude, but they're going to find out. They used it in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
That's not Wolverine, that's Patch.
Yeah, I know, but there you go. Exactly. Just put the patch over his eye. You know what I mean? But it was cool, man. And so I was happy to see them bring this era back in this miniseries. And it's been a good book. Again, I liked it. I like that Marvel does these, miniseries that are kind of a throwback to older eras. So, old folks like me. You know what I mean? We get a little something along with the new book, so it's cool.
Excellent.
Like it. Yeah, man. Thanks.
What's up, Cliff?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Feeling wonderful.
Awesome shirt.
Yes.
I'm gonna put a collage together of all your shirts. It's gonna be
It's in that box there.
I'll grab one.
You grab one?
Yeah, I saw a lot of them.
Yeah, because he was trying to say that FOC shit. That's that FOC shit, G. Alright. My favorite comic book movie ever to me, honestly, was Avengers Endgame. Why? Because, man, I've never seen so many characters at one time on the screen fighting Thanos. The way they put them all in there, it was like I waited all my life, not all my life, a lot of years to see something like that done. I mean, granted, you got Black Panther, which is a great movie, but to have them all, these Marvel Universe put in a movie like that, I was happy about that one. My second best one was, a lot of people didn't like it, was Logan. I like the idea of Laura, the little girl, Logan's daughter. I think right now she's at the right age that if they want to bring the
you're right.
Marvel Universe back, the X-Men back,
Yeah.
she would fit right in as Laura, Wolverine, his daughter. Those are my two good ones.
What was your favorite scene from Endgame?
Oh, the battle scene. The battle scene when Doctor Strange had the transporter spiral magic thing going on, and they all came in, and then you got the idea of A-Force, the female Avengers, you got the Warriors of Wakanda, then Black Panther. I mean, then you had Falcon flying through, doing reconnaissance and all that. That was my best scene when they came to the rescue, and I thought it was dope as heck.
So well because it almost felt like what they did with like Cloverfield or Independence Day, where it's like, wait, what is it? You know what I mean? Yeah, like, but what is it? Like, you have to go over there and see what it is. Like, what it is.
Yeah, you have to go watch the movie.
And then they have the second and third trailers where it's like, that's what it is. It's like, why are you showing everybody?
Yeah.
It's so stupid. They always do that shit.
Yeah, that's the other problem I think with horror. You know, like that mystery of
Yeah.
that first trailer.
Like the same thing with the Batman. Like the Batman, the first two teasers is all you need. And then the last couple of trailers they put had these, because I watched them after the fact, and they had these like all the amazing scenes from the movie. It's like, you just ruined like some of the greatest scenes of the movie. You know what I mean? Like you watch trailer 2, like 3 and 4, and you know some of the coolest scenes in the movie already. Don't you want to just go in there and just be blown away?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know why they do that. Black Adam looks like shit. So sorry. I won't talk about it no more. What's going on, guys? First, I wanted to tell you, go see Nope. And Batman's a 9. Probably a 9.5 movie. Don't care what anybody fucking says. Okay, so first we got Detective. V. Keyword, letter. This is going to be a special book. I'm very excited. Looks like a really good horror book. I had to get the second one just because the Hangman, it looks tight. So I got the variant, and I got the cover A. Task Force Z, solid book, consistent. You get Task Force Z to it. Good. Very consistent. Another one of my favorites, V. Swamp Thing.
Right,
Is it really?
mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't think it is.
Is it?
No, I think that's.
Key collector.
Well, maybe something happens with her. Maybe this is her first cover, because she's been. I think she was 3 issues ago.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. But this is special. One more issue left. It's gonna break my fucking heart, but it is a great book. Robin. This has been pretty consistent. I'm surprised Williamson's still going with it, because he did his whole arc and he did Shadow War, but I'm good with that. Venom. This is Ewing. Still super good. Kang. Ramos cover for 900 rather. Issue 6. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with Spider-Man. It's cool. It is. It's a cool story. It's a $10 book. And yeah, that's it. Big fat week. I'm gonna get fisted this week in my wallet, but wallet. But I think next week's big too. So yeah, this is gonna be a rough summer. Thanks, guys.
What is your favorite comic book superhero movie?
After all this time, and I think because I've seen it the most, it may still be Superman the movie. But also because it probably means the most to me. But also because the movie is a movie. And the movie's like a big 3-part epic. There's Krypton, there's Smallville, there's Metropolis, right? And then there's like the challenge of what does it mean to be a hero? And what sacrifice do you really have to make because you want to protect people? And do you get to be happy? What do you learn from the people who've parented you? The movie's still the movie too. You've still got the hero villain dynamic, whatever. But I feel like the structure of that movie, the things that movie has to say, had a big impact on my childhood, and like I still cling to that, and I still watch it, and I still own 3 different versions of it.
And what's your favorite scene from the movie?
This is really hard for me because I have a particular scene from Superman the movie, but there's a scene from Spider-Man Homecoming that I rank. All right, for Superman, I get like a special joy when he catches Lois, and she goes, he goes, don't worry, I've got you. She's like, you've got me, who's got you? And then they go upward. She's still screaming, and he catches the helicopter. And I feel like that's the first grand scale cinematic movie superhero moment of like take your breath away. But again, I was a kid then. Who knows what somebody growing up now with these movies relates to? But in Spider-Man, when Spider-Man's trapped under all that rubble, just like right out of the comic, like it's just like John Romita Sr.'s art is like talking to you, and he's like, "Come on, Spider-Man, come on, Spider-Man," and he has to talk himself to push himself to get out of that situation. I loved it. I think about it all the time, and Spider-Man Homecoming is one of like the most rewatchable movies for me. I will play it in the background almost whenever. Rose up to protecting Wakanda and the world, while Black Panther is dead, right? So the 5 years happened. So the structure of Wakanda must be different. The political structure must have altered in the 5 years.
There's no way for me to know
right?
until I do the
Because do you really think that the Queen during the 5-year loss is going to be like, all right, it's time for the next contest. Who's going to lead now? But she's so happy to get her son back after the 5 years in Endgame, right? There's a big celebration. So
I forgot about the contest.
yeah, we have to accept that the structure changed. She probably already holding title as queen, just rose to full queen status. The council probably remained, right? And again, whichever council members did remain, right? The council had to reconfigure because not all of them could have survived the snap, right? And as we know, in place of Black Panther, when Black Widow was in touch with everybody during the Endgame years, she's in touch with the Okoye. Okoye is the one responding to the call when they keep like checking in on everybody. And you know, it's really funny. Captain America, Winter Soldier Falcon is much better than I think people understand. It is because it really digs deep into the 5-year gap and how and the people that the resistance that they're fighting is because they're like things were better in the 5-year gap. You know, we had to work together as a people in this country in the 5 year in this world in the 5-year gap. And then all of you who love to separate us, put up borders, cause problems, you all came back and you brought the problems with you. I thought that was like a really brilliant concept that's in there and not forgotten. And we're there. I feel like Black Panther has that lurking underneath. I feel like that's there.
I like how you saw all of that. It's so impressive. And all I saw was, hey, look, Namor has a headdress. That's all I saw through that whole.
No. Because
That's all you got from that
that's all I
trailer?
got. I was like, hey, what a shiny headdress he has.
Uh-oh.
How about when he floats down to his
that's
his
beautiful.
throne?
That shot is
beautiful.
amazing.
Crazy.
That shot is amazing. What they're gonna do with that underwater stuff is gonna be amazing.
Dude, Ryan Coogler right now looks like a younger, fresher Zack Snyder. With those shots that were in that movie. Like, yo, when Namor being born, that shit felt like The Lion King or some shit.
Yeah.
That's the
I
first
was like,
mutant being born right
Dude,
there.
yo, I'm telling you, that movie, this dude is gonna save the entire MCU.
I hope so.
And it's gonna turn to shit right after it, but then, you know,
No,
at
don't
least
say
for
Well, I don't
now,
know.
I'm
gonna
with
say-
it.
Kang Dynasty might be pretty great. What's his name is directing? The guy from Shang-Chi.
No. Well, yeah.
Oh, it's not the Russos?
It's not the Russos.
Yeah, but it
doing
doesn't
Kang.
matter to the director. It matters
my-
how
The director
write
matters quite a bit.
my
No, I'm just
joy
saying,
just
it's a
dropped
matter-
like
Bro,
45%.
That dropped the ball at the end of that movie. Whoever directed that movie.
Okay, first of all, let's not blame the director if you have problems with the story. There's stories, there's visuals, there's directing. Directing-wise, I think he did a great job.
I think it was the writer.
Well, that's why the director I don't think matters too much in Kang Dynasty. I don't think it matters too much in any of these movies because it depends on how much fire he wants to jam into one goddamn movie.
No, directing
think
still
so.
matters because you need someone who understands action sequences. This dude does. You know, whether they're the most accurate choreography you've ever seen in your life for a superhero movie,
But listen.
whatever. But they're good.
Let me interject
No, of
right here.
course.
He's directed Shang-Chi, and that's it. The Russos directed Winter Soldier,
Yeah.
Civil War, and then jumped into the Avengers. This is a big movie, bro. Like, I don't know.
Wait,
Well,
what-
what's
And the
what's-
reason
what's-
why I'm projecting is because the microphone's pointed that way, so I gotta talk loud.
what's a big movie? Ant-Man?
No,
Kang
Kang
Dynasty.
Dynasty.
Oh, the
If
Avengers.
it's
The
not being
Avengers.
done by the Russos, because what does that mean?
They're not gonna come
Is he?
after that.
Are the Russos doing Secret Wars? Because if they're not doing Secret Wars, I don't want to see Secret
Bro,
Wars.
it's not even gonna be really. Who's gonna be the Avenger team?
That's another thing.
Hi guys, what's up, man? All right, this week's picks for me. Ant-Man. I'm not really gonna try to collect it, but I like Scotty Young cover. Beware the Eye of Odin. I read one of the other books that came out was on this, so I thought this might be cool. The artwork's nice, so there you have it. The Hollows, One and Done. It is a Sam Keith comic. Can't beat Sam Keith. He's my favorite artist. Then you got Red Sonja. I've been reading them for a while. A lot of covers there. And then we got, do you want me to go through them? All right. Nice cover. I love it. Brutal. Probably the nice soft one. This is a hot one. Coming out. Dragon in the background. Virgin cover. Black and white. No, it's I think it's Merca. And another virgin cover of the original. And then we got Robin. Nice comic. You got to read it. And then, of course, Venom.
What's your favorite superhero comic book movie?
My favorite superhero comic book movie is between two, but I'm gonna go with the Batman. Now, when it came out this year, I thought it was the best Batman movie. It's hard to say that because '89 is so fucking close to my heart, but I think the Batman is the best Batman movie. I think it understands Batman the best, and directed. It's second to none. It's beautiful. Obviously the Nolan movies are amazing, but the Batman for sure.
What puts that a step ahead of '89?
Just the overall understanding of Batman. So in '89, you had the idea that Batman's been around for a while. We don't know how long. We know that Batman is in year 2, and we see how he thinks. We see how meticulous he is. We see how obsessive he is. How he can't, he's actually nocturnal. Right now there is no Bruce Wayne. There is just Batman. And I love that. That's why every time they always ask the cast, director, they always talk about Batman ego. That was a huge inspiration for the movie and how Bruce is in this. And you can see that they took a lot of time understanding Batman and understanding the other characters as well. This is the best Selina's been, easily. And I love Michelle Pfeiffer. I love her more than a friend. She was definitely my first crush, but just the overall understanding of the characters and the fact that Gotham definitely had a Tim Burton look in '89, but in this, which is good, it was awesome, but in this you really feel like you're in a hellhole. It's a character, you know what I mean? And I don't know, it just felt so faithful.
So, what's your favorite scene from that movie?
My favorite scene in that movie is between the shot we were just talking about Penguin seeing the Batman after the car crash, just showing that it's showing how everybody else sees Batman that's running for Bat. He's the fucking boogeyman. He's the boogeyman. He's coming. It doesn't matter what you do. He's coming, and he will get to you. And it's also the first crime scene he goes to, where Gordon pulls him in, and the victim's on the chair, and he's not saying a fucking word. He's just analyzing. He's analyzing, and you know what Pattinson does such a good job. You know what he's saying, what he's thinking, what he's looking at. And he's got 70% of his face covered. You know what I mean? And he's just he can't interact with all these other cops or anything, but he's looking at what he knows. He knows how to analyze. He knows this crime scene. He's breaking it down. He's seeing how everything happens, and that's just another. That's another reason why you can just that these people know who Batman is.
What's good, Council? About to do my picks. It's my picks. Remember that. They're not Steve's picks. They're not Paul's picks. They're not Anthony's picks. They're not Cliff's picks. They're not Franklin's picks either, though. Hope Franklin feel better. All right, let's get to my picks. Venom number 9. This is the reveal of who Bedlam is. I'm only collecting up to issue 10. Look at Kang in the background. Strange number 4. This is a key issue. First appearance, I forget of who, but I believe it's that guy. Pretty dope cover. Wild Cards number 1. This is from the writer of Game of Thrones. This is the other franchise that he wrote about like 20 books for. They're going to start going with this. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 131. I'm hooked on the Turtles. I need to find out about this because now Shredder's cool with them and all that. I got to find out about that. I got a lot of catching up to do. But Turtles is really good. We got Scorched, both covers. If you've been watching the channel, you know I'm a big fan of the Scorched books. All the Todd McFarlane Spawn books are amazing. We have House of Slaughter number 7. Cover A and cover B. House of Slaughter's sister book to Something is Killing the Children. It's pretty decent. It's gotten better. We have Detective Comics number 1062. This is starting a Rom V on the title. This book is supposed to look like this. It's supposed to be upside down. Anthony's got me on this Batman thing, so I'm gonna see what that's all about. This is a dope cover right here, though. This is a key book, blank, number 1. Gonna see what it's about. Love that cover. The yellow pops, the purple pops. Cerebrus goes to a gay bar. This is a homage to X-Men 252, I believe, where Wolverine was put up like this. Classic book, it's one of my favorite books. But Cerebrus right there. Book of Shadows number 1. This is the Valiant Universe teaming up their heroes to do an Avengers type thing. It's a key book. Pretty dope. Obi-Wan number 3. We got cover A right here. And then we got to choose your Destiny variant of Kid Fisto. Pretty dope. Obi-Wan's been a good book. Dr. Aphra, continuing the Star Wars, has been a good book. Right now, Aphra is possessed by that jewel, and it's getting pretty good. And choose your Destiny variant of Asajj Ventress. Pretty dope. Pretty dope. We have Iron Cat number 2. First issue was pretty good, so I'm picking up issue number 2. I'm really feeling the Black Cat, Iron Man, and the Iron Cat story. I wasn't going to pick this book up, but since they had a Momoko version of Genesis Vel, Captain Marvel, picking that up. I'll read it, see what it's about. Gambit, number 1. Probably one of my top 3 favorite mutants. We got the Inhuck Lee version right here. Pretty dope. And we got the Momoko. You know we got to get the Momoko, son. You know we got to get the Momoko, son. Captain America, Symbol of Truth. I got cover B, because that is a dope cover right there. I believe that's Misty Knight and Sam and Falcon. Really dope right there. They just announced Captain America, The New World Order, so this book should start getting interesting. We got the Scotty Young Ant-Man number 1. Just got the Scotty Young version. I'm not trying to grab every cover. Got a nice little collection of Scotty Youngs. And the big book of the week, $10 a pop. Amazing Spider-Man number 900. This book is killing me right now with that $10 a pop. But we got the Momoko right here. And we got this red and black cover that's pretty good. Alright? So those are my picks. Again, they're not Steve's picks. They're not Cliff's picks. They're not Paul's picks. They're not Anthony's picks. They're definitely not Franklin's picks. They're my picks. See you guys later. Peace.
If you make too much, you don't learn. If you make a lot but not enough, you keep scrambling. Like DC is still scrambling. They're making mistake after mistake, but they're still scrambling because they haven't gotten that big money yet. You know?
That's because they're trying to compete with Marvel. They don't take it. They try to rush it.
Well, they're learning because what's his name? What's his name taught them a lot. What's his name taught them a lot?
Snyder.
No, the other one from Marvel.
No, the guy that did
Suicide Squad. And
Oh, that's
James Gunn. James Gunn taught them a whole lot.
Listen, they're not. See, the reason why the MCU was so great is because they were patient and they took the time to build these character stories. They did freaking Justice League and just threw like 5.
Yes, it's called the Messiah. Did you not hear what I said?
They don't have
mistakes?
a Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
That's the
But
problem.
They just, but you know what it is? Because they know that we're gonna go see it no matter what. At the end of the day, we're gonna go see it no matter
No,
what.
I don't feel like the numbers reflect that we're gonna see it no matter what. I don't feel
the movie sucked, but they still make money.
Listen,
So
I
they make
will
it no
say.
matter what. Just like Sony keeps on making them Venom movies because they suck, but they make money.
Well, also because Sony has a great contract and they know that they can keep sticking it to Marvel by making crap films. That's
Because
why.
they know that we're gonna go see it no matter what.
No, because they know that they can still make millions of dollars by screwing people.
but-
So it doesn't matter that they released Morbius
but
2 times and it was a
but at the
disaster.
end of the
They're
day-
laughing. They're laughing with
Listen,
Spider-Man money to the bank.
They're making millions, but the MCU is making billions.
Right, and they get the trickle down money. Wouldn't you love some trickle down billions into millions?
good
We
one,
all
good
would.
one,
I'll be honest with yourself. There's business at stake here that we do not comprehend, and it screws with appropriate levels of creativity. It really does.
That's why all their movies are always gonna be crap.
Probably, but DC's gonna like wake up.
DC?
I have
I
good.
could've
I think
wake up.
DC's gonna have some good ones.
I have good feelings about Black Adam. I have good feelings about Fury of the Gods.
Oh my God! Can we? Okay.
Garbage.
I'm only filming a couple more minutes on this, but that's another thing with DC.
Garbage.
They totally gassed people up. Like Henry Cavill was gonna come. They teased it.
They
the
did
Rock
not.
teased
No,
it.
stupid
and he
people on
didn't
the
show
internet.
up,
Stupid
and he's
people
not
on
gonna
the
be
internet.
in Black Adam.
Hot
Yo,
garbage.
that's-
Stupid people on the internet did it. Not Marvel, not DC.
no,
Stupid
nobody
people.
forced Dwayne Rock to keep putting up stuff with Henry Cavill.
No, because he's trying to do something, and I
But you
appreciate it.
can't do that unless you actually have him. Because if you don't have him, you're building up
The
an
last thing he
anticipation
said-
that when he doesn't show up, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, snap!"
That's The Rock. The Rock.
failed.
He's all in the moment.
Rock, in my opinion, failed.
He didn't fail until you've seen the movie. Then
True,
he
I
failed.
do want to see the movie.
Then when we watch the movie, we get no Superman. Then we know he failed.
we'll get Superman again, another body.
Wait,
double.
another one. That'll
Not
be
even
just
a body
enough.
double.
It'll be
Let's
just
get a
enough.
body double that actually looks like Henry Cavill this time.
No, the last one kind of did from here down.
I was like, it doesn't even look like him. He's mad skinny.
It was too quick for me to notice.
He's trash.
The one that was all silhouetted on Peacemaker, that was a good
Oh.
idea. Just a giant floating shadow was a good idea.
least
I
he
still
looked
gotta watch
proportional.
Peacemaker. I hear that was good.
It's amazing.
Peacemaker's the
watch
best thing
that.
DC put out.
Yeah.
Peacemaker.
The Batman's up
Hands
there.
down.
The Batman's up there.
No,
Hands
no,
down,
no.
you-
In
you gotta
continuity.
watch
In
Peacemaker.
continuity.
Yes.
Okay.
You gotta watch Peacemaker, bro.
Batman sucked.
The Batman
The-
was amazing.
The biggest
5.
mistake.
I gave it a 5.
The
What,
biggest.
Peacemaker?
Out of 10. No, Batman.
So what was it? Was it that it was too long?
What is your favorite comic book / superhero movie and why?
Oh well. So, see, it's funny. Everybody teases me about this because I get so like meticulous about this answer whenever I get asked this. But really, I got to put it to Superman the movie. Richard Donner, Christopher Reeve, because that's for me like that's the thing that kicked it off for me. Just like when I was a little kid seeing that, you know, I didn't see it in the movie theater. I saw it on TV. But I mean, to me, whenever almost any superhero movie that I see, that and Batman '89 are like the measuring sticks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those are the if I'm watching a movie, I cannot help but think of those two movies and think about how anything weighs up against it. So if we're leaving that though in the past, I mean, for modern times, I mean, for me, Cap, the first Avenger. That's my
choice.
favorite. That's my favorite MCU movie.
Cap is my favorite MCU character.
Yeah, oh for real. And they did a good job. You know what I mean? You know, conceptualizing him for that movie universe.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and I think he was like the linchpin for that whole those few 3, 4, phase 3, you know, 1, 2, 3 or whatever.
So what was your favorite moment from Superman the movie?
Superman the movie. Oh wow. So you're gonna get me on camera doing this, right? Oh,
Gotta be the one moment.
I know, but that's the thing is that I talk about it, and I might literally get emotional talking about it, because it's the thing, right? There's this scene, and this is what to me defines Superman completely. Is there's that moment after his dad dies, and there's the funeral, and he and his mom and whoever else is there, they're for the funeral for Pa Kent, and he's standing there over his grave, and he says, all those powers, and I couldn't even save him. And man, that just like, to me, that was the human heart of that character. I hear that in my head like constantly when I think about Superman. It's such a defining moment in and out of comics, in and out of movies or whatever. I think about that because he's always pushing. He's always pushing to save and help everybody, no matter what. Even when his powers are at his limit, he's still gonna keep going to try to save the day. So that's
Nice.
it's definitely what defines the character for me, for real.
So what did you think of the
trailer
Wakanda
was
Forever trailer?
great.
It was ridiculous. I cried. I watched it like 30 times.
Really?
I probably watched it like 20, 30 times. I cried like a little something or other. And yeah, Ryan Coogler, man, he's single-handedly saving the MCU right now, as far as I'm concerned.
Wow.
Him and Chloe Zhao, like those, this movie and Eternals, I think were like, that might as well have been the whole phase. I have no use for the rest of those movies. All popcorn movies, man. They have
So
no
you like
heart.
Eternal?
I loved it. Eternals so far is my favorite thing they did since Endgame.
Wow. That's interesting.
It was the only thing that was like original and pushed the MCU and expanded it. Obviously, Doctor Strange did. By default, it's the multiverse, but I don't know, man. That was like a popcorn movie to me. Just like Spider-Man, just like Love and Thunder, just like Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi turned into like a CGI fest.
But can I
Like ridiculous.
about Doctor Strange? At least it didn't 100% look like a traditional Marvel movie. At least the director's DNA came out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Whereas
would have liked
everything
it better
else
if everything around it wasn't this like bubblegum,
Yeah.
cookie cutter
Mhm.
popcorn
Mhm.
movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Because
Yeah.
you're right. That is traditional Marvel crap. But
I don't know, bro. We might have to do like a top 5 or something like that.
I'll give you top 2.
Top 2? Oh my god. So it depends, like impact on my life, like because Batman Returns, when that came out when I was a little kid, that changed the game for me a little bit. I mean, the first one, yeah, but when I felt like the second one was like fully realized. Gotham City, the characters, Danny DeVito, Michelle Pfeiffer just killed it, you know. I was obsessed with that movie when I was a little kid. But now, you know, since the MCU, I don't know. My favorite, I keep wanting to say Civil War. I love that movie so much. It was just perfect. The more I watch that movie, there's like no wasted scenes in that whole movie. It's just perfect. And the way that they have so many characters in the same movie, but everybody gets their time to shine. Everybody had their moments. Like they introduced 2 huge integral characters in Black Panther and Spider-Man, and it was just seamless. Like that movie was perfect. Because Infinity War and Endgame, if I could like take parts from each one and combine them, I would have to say that. But
Okay,
yeah,
so-
all around perfect movie, I would say Civil War. Like as far as like comic book movie.
Okay, so then I'll ask you, what's your favorite scene of all time?
Does it have to be from that
No,
movie?
I'll let you pick something else.
I feel like if we're talking comic book related, the best scene of all time is the end of Endgame. not just because it's for so many reasons, bro. That shit was like, I remember going there opening night. It was different. It was like a sports event. Like everybody was on their feet, cheering, screaming. People were like to complete strangers. You know what I mean? Like crying. It was crazy, bro. Like that. They flexed so hard with that scene because it was like 10 years in the making at that point. And what they accomplished with that, even if like you don't like what happened or the subject matter, like what they accomplished with that scene is just, as far as comic book stuff goes, there's nothing surpassing that.
These are San Diego Comic Con exclusives, by the way. That's what these are. These just came in today. So we got Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
Right?
We got Dark Knight's Metal. This is a statue of what was he called when he was the Knight, the Dark, I guess just the Dark Knight, right?
Oh, Red Death
so
or something
the
like
Red
that?
Death, yeah. So limited to 600. Doesn't have a picture. Oh, yes, it does. There we go.
Steal a bunch of Amazonium and become the Red Death? Come on.
Yeah, right.
What
And
else
then
you got here?
John Wick, and we got AVP. We got Active Camouflage, Predator. There's another John Wick, and then Judge Dredd, and Throg. This should be Throg. Is he in there? There he is. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this was limited to 3,000.
Nice.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Batman the Merciless.
The Merciless.
I was gonna say Red Death was Flash Batman.
Right. Yes, you're right. Yeah.
I'm like, it doesn't sound right.
Not to be confused with Night Flash.
Night Flash.
Did you read?
Hello, guys. It's Paul again. Back for Paul's review. All right, my first up is Iron Cat. Pretty good. The artist Pierre Perez, killing it. Nick Bradshaw on Captain America, Symbol of Truth, but I had to get both covers. R.B. Silver is killing it. Gotta stay with him. Gotta stay with him. R.B. Silver is killing it. Pearl is a great movie. I keep saying movies all the time. She reads like a movie, but Pearl is really good. It's a real good book. You should pick it up. This is the second part of the trilogy they're doing on this here. The Magic Order Book 3. This is this third injection of Magic Order. If you don't like it, it's Mark Millar. It's a different take on things, but I like the independent. Hell Cop is pretty cool. Hell Cop is a really good read. I'm all over the place with these books. You got Patch from, Wolverine Patch. I love.
Who did that cover?
I think this cover is, I don't know. Give me a second.
It's almost like an in Huck Lee a little bit.
That's what it feels like. But I'll let you know in a second. Nope, this is that Jun Ji Yoon.
Yoon, okay.
Yeah.
He's upcoming.
Yeah, he's really taking off.
Mm-hmm.
He's really taking off. I like him. Okay, where we at? Hell Cop, this and that. Magic Order. Bear with me, people. Okay.
When you're done with him, put him up there, right behind you.
All right. This book is picking up. House of Slaughter is picking up. The first 5, Now we got a little something going on here. Hit Me, that's a Jeff DeCall Hit Me. This is the final issue of Hit Me. So I had to pick it up. Also, I had to pick it up by Frank Cho. A little rough around the edges, but it's nice. All right. Nottingham, it's a take on Robin Hood. I've been following it from the whole thing, so this is like next to the last issue, so I'm just sticking with what I'm reading. Strange, I stopped after number 2, but the artwork in this here one looked so good I had to start off, and plus it's got Moon Knight in there. The first 2 was kind of a little slow. Now this one, my man Sam turned me on. I almost forgot about it. Book of Shadows. And It's all the guys from Valiant. They putting them together like a team, like the X-Men Avengers. Who knows? We'll find out. Dun 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 dun. Something killing the children. There are a lot of variant covers out there of this here. This is issue 25, so it's a little thicker and bigger, and it's fun. And it's really everybody's not passing up on it. This is the, I don't know, FOC cover of Cutter. First Cutter on the cover, which is kind of cool. Then I always get that Marvel preview to stay up on what's coming up 3 months in advance. And then we got Spider-Man 900. I don't know. We'll see. But outside of that, I found this little the 12th issue of Camelot, Brian Boland. I'm a big fan of him. So I'll see what this goes in. Also, I read Detective Comic is really good. Albuquerque's doing the artwork. Detective Comic 1063, maybe? I did DC Mech. A little anime play on it. Robots. It's kind of cool. Robin was pretty good. And that's about mine for this week. It's kind of odd off and on, but I'm here with the guys and we're all having fun. And I gotta say something stupid before we go. I don't mean it, but it happens.
Well, let's start with Action Comics. The War World stories continue, so I'm picking that up. Iron Cat number 2, because I gotta learn how to pick up things. I figured I've already invested in her. Let's just check it out for a little bit. Janice Vell, Captain Marvel. I don't know. I know who Janice Vell is. We have not seen him in a while. I didn't know anything about this book, so I grabbed it. The Variants, number 2, Variant Edition. Which number 1 was excellent, by the way, so I have good feelings. Sins of the Black Flamingo.
Is this issue 2?
It's issue 2.
Deuces!
And I got deuces, that's right. Because number 1, I am enjoying the story. Number 2, support your gays. So I'm very excited. And then my very special pick, Dungeons & Dragons Ravenloft number 2. I want you to fully understand when I say, if you're a fan of Dungeons & Dragons, you should absolutely be reading this. If you're a fan of enjoying a good comic book that is well drawn, well written, engaging, just tells a good story, and there's no other hype that you need, this book, great. I really enjoyed it. Superman, The Space Age. I'm getting it because I love Superman, and I hope it's good. I did not know about Young Justice Targets, but I picked up number 1. It's a miniseries, so I hope it's good. It looks like it's written by one of the writers from the TV show. So that is yes, that's a very good sign. Very good sign. And so that's it. It's a light week, and I feel very, very good about that. Very good. I feel good. My wallet feels good. My stomach feels good because we can buy a better meal. It's all good.
That is a tough question. And I think everybody would expect me to answer Spider-Man, but I would have to go with Superman 2. Superman 2.
Why?
Because it's the best. Wait, are we asking? Oh, my favorite superhero still.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I'm probably still going with Superman 2. Yep.
Why?
They had a super fight, right? He had villains. They went to the moon. It looked believable. Yeah, I could go on and on, I guess. Christopher Reeves is Superman, right? Like, I don't know. Like, you will believe a man can fly. They delivered. So, Superman 1, 2, take it as a movie, but Superman 2, I mean, that's where you actually have the super fight, right? You have other Kryptonians that he can battle. I think that's probably...
The diner scene.
That was also in Superman 2.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, don't be a jerk, right? Everybody learns a lesson. Yeah, I think that was probably one of the better.
What was your favorite scene from that movie?
From Superman 2?
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably, it's not even on, that was the whole thing. It's like not even on screen. Like when they start fighting and they're in the sewer, right? And the sewer, they to show that they're fighting underneath the ground. I mean, it's as silly as it is. It's like But actually, that's not true. My favorite scene from that movie is probably when they go to the moon, right? And Ursa kicks the I was like, 'cause
Slow motion
it
shot.
looks right because you feel like you're on the moon. Like that's what it would look like, right? Like they did that good of a job. So also probably worst superhero film is what, Superman 4?
Yeah.
Right? The special effects, because like they do things where they're fighting on the moon and stuff too, and it just looks horrible. Like it just looks like they decided to not have a budget or something, and you're like, why is this a Superman movie, right? So like they've done better on television by that point, and like now we've got this. So yeah, I'd say probably Superman 2, two of the best movies. I mean, right? Because the other thing is when like Lois Lane dies and he turns the world back, right? Like these are iconic, big, you feel it moments. So I think that probably, and Spider-Man 2. I gotta put Spider-Man 2 up there too. Doc Ock, Alfred Molina kills it as Doc Ock, right? And it has some great lines in that film. So
What's your favorite scene from that movie?
Spider-Man 2. There's a lot of repetition in the dialogue, and so I like the repetition of the dialogue. So it's not a particular scene. It's a sequela of scenes taken together that make that movie great. Yeah. So like it's at the end, right? MJ is like, I've always been standing in your door, Peter, right? Those, Aunt May tells him, right, it's water over the bridge or under the bridge, however you'll take it, right? Those scenes together make the whole movie and explain Spider-Man, I think. So, yeah.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm just screaming.
All right.
Oh my god!
All right, guys. We're gonna do a review of Thor: Love and Thunder. Who would like to begin?
I would like to begin.
Thor, Love and Blunder. No, I'm just kidding.
See, terrible. The movie is a lovely film. I give it like a 7, maybe an 8. It's no Ragnarok. Ragnarok is a solid 9. And
I don't know that I think Ragnarok is a solid 9. It's good. It's good. Visually, this movie too, though, visually is
it's stunning. They're both visually like impressive.
There's some lackluster special effects and stuff in this one. But
Oh,
overall,
wait, what was lackluster?
you wanna?
You don't want me to talk about
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh yes, we want you to talk.
No, I didn't hate this movie. I don't know. I would give it like a 5 or a 6.
I'd give it better than that.
It wasn't
it.
really for me, but that's fine. Like, I don't know, man. I just haven't been super thrilled with the MCU movies coming out in Phase 4. The Eternals was my favorite. And Wakanda Forever is going to be my next favorite. And other than that, everything else was kind of like popcorn, cookie cutter. I don't know. It's not connecting like it used to. It's just different. Yeah. And it just seems like more of the same is coming, except for Wakanda Forever. That's going to be the only thing. I don't want to.
Well, I think there's still.
I don't want to be too negative.
There's still a lot of interconnectedness.
But not like it used to, man.
I mean, it's still Eternals is Eternals was our gateway to Blade, very quickly.
Eternals is the best thing that they've done since Endgame.
And then
Ouch.
So
what about
far.
Spider-Man?
Nope,
Spider-Man's at least fun.
not even close. Yeah, but I'm talking about like for the MCU to push that storyline.
For the
what it
MCU,
is
I enjoyed Eternals,
going
but I
forward.
thought that scene where they push us into Blade, that didn't make any sense.
Because it's an after credit scene. I'm
Sorry.
okay. I'm okay with an after credit scene. Just do it. That's why it's an after credit scene. It's just there for you to go, oh,
Yeah, they're putting Black Knight on the team with Blade eventually. So yeah, obviously that's the first time you showed Whitman. So yeah.
So,
Now-
Cliff,
Love and Thunder.
take us through Love and Thunder, and then you guys interject as you go through.
Thor has been working through his depression since we last saw him in Avengers Endgame. And he's back to being fit Thor, and he's trying to be Namaste Thor, and I don't know how that's working for him. He claims it doesn't do anything. which is funny because I'm one of those people where meditation doesn't really do anything. And my therapist said to me, he's like, just because it works for millions of people doesn't mean it has to work for you. No. Conversations with therapists. So Thor's working through that. Korg is the one, like, being our narrator for the film. But the film actually opens with Gore and his daughter on a desert planet. His daughter basically dies in his arms because they're tired, dehydrated, hungry. He makes a funeral sand tomb for her, right? And he's still like lying out in the desert.
And if only he had walked 5 minutes to the right, he would have.
No, because it appeared. It appeared. It wasn't that it was like right. So this
It's called a mirage. It's a mirage.
Right.
It wasn't clear, and that wasn't.
And it wasn't a rush. It was an oasis. That dude made his oasis appear. So it's this god whose name I already forgot.
It was Apollo.
Hmm?
It was Apollo.
It was Apollo?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like this interpretation of Apollo.
Exactly.
Oh, but that's okay. That's okay. It's a Marvel movie. It's
That's the
okay.
theme of this whole movie.
I don't like the interpretation of these gods. So, like, although Hercules, baby. So, like,
he looked like a CGI.
I don't care. Roy Kent.
Not rushed through.
He looked like a CGI.
So anyhow, he goes. There's Apollo. There's like an abundance of fruit, whatever. He's like getting water, tasting the fruit. The what's the name of the sword called? The Necro Sword.
Yeah.
So the Necro Sword is calling out to him.
It has a name, but I forget what it is.
And like because there was some God Slayer there possessed by the sword trying to kill Apollo, but they stopped him. And Apollo stupidly like shares this information. Right? Like, why would you tell this person who is a Pia? But you know what? Obviously, some gods are just really stupid. So he's an idiot. So he tells this dude that you're like, oh, you're all peons. There's always more worshipers. Like, your worship doesn't mean crap. There is no, like, majestic reward. There is no special life after death or whatever. I mean, like, some total, like, hardcore atheist shit going on here. So, like, and then, like, while he's upset and he's dying and thinking about how his daughter just died, the Necrosword just comes to him and he slays freaking Apollo right there.
The sword comes out of nowhere?
No, comes from the shadows into his hand.
The sword.
No, it was lying.
The sword is lying there. Well, while you were distracted, I was talking about how they had just slain the guy who had the sword.
Is there any connection to Null?
No.
Who? No, and there's you know what?
And
I don't give a shit. And there probably won't be. Spider-Man and Sony is too complicated. Okay. You know, Sony needs to get hacked again, and then maybe Marvel has a shot. So, like, the password is password 1234. So.
I have nothing.
So anyhow, we get to Jane has stage 4 cancer. We see Dr. Darcy for 5 seconds. We also see Skarsgård there, and he's also
cool too. 10 seconds.
Yeah, 10 seconds, but still, like Jane's people are still Jane's people. Jane's trying to now. What I thought was brilliant is Jane is really trying to work on the science of trying to help herself. When what we are interpreting as the first whisper of Mjolnir, right? And she looks over at her Norse books and she starts flipping through one of them. And one of them, as soon as she flips open, it goes right to Mjolnir and talks about Mjolnir providing health and all this stuff. So it gets in her head right away.
I wanted to see that though. I wanted to see that moment where, like, they just show her walk up to it, and then the next minute
and the pieces are floating and calling.
They didn't give her enough. She should have had more.
But she
the only moments they gave her were like there was a couple fight moments, but the other moments were just corny.
I don't know,
like
her
tongue-in-cheek, corny.
Her moment with Valkyrie was very nice.
Yeah.
That was a great scene. It probably is the scene you need to pass the Bechdel test, but it was a great scene.
No, there just should have been more.
And there might be more because, you know, we don't really know she's truly dead because she's in freaking Valhalla, which happened to comic book Jane. And
they said there's more because there's a 4-hour movie. They got cut down to 2 hours.
I know, but, you know.
No, that's not stuff that would be in the movie anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they already made a lot of comments about how they didn't want to do director cut things. So anyhow, so Jane's story is, hey, she's dying of cancer. Mjolnir calls to her. Thor goes through his whole thing in space, realizes that people are in danger, splits up from the Guardians to go check on Lady Sif, her distress call where a god was slain, which was a moment basically right out of the comics. And then he teleports back to New Asgard at a time where New Asgard is being attacked by our new villain buddy, Gore, who can summon shadow creatures. So the fight begins, and of course, Mighty Thor, Jane, appears, and you know, Thor's like all caught off guard, I'm all out of love, and all that typical stuff. And like it's like a little bit corny, but you know, The second time watching it, with all the corny jokes, which landed a little better the second time, also I kept in mind that, Korg is the one narrating the whole movie. So, like, if you want to make yourself feel better about the movie experience, just remind yourself, this is Korg's interpretation of events.
So
that's fair. I can't suspend the disbelief to that extent, though. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't. Thor was an idiot. Like, it would have been fine if he had his moments where he was like, this is the Thor that we like grew with throughout the whole entire Infinity Saga, but that he just wasn't there anymore.
I think there was parts of him.
When he was like on the hill, just like chilling under the tree, not saying anything, that was perfect. But then he opened his mouth and they just turned him into an idiot. Like,
well, because the thing is, he had his look. The thing is, when we're healing, right, from a very like actual like talk about healing place, right? Everything's in stages. So Thor legitimately hit a plateau of healing, and it's not over. And you know it says it's never over, and I know it's never over, and we all know it changes in stages. And sure, there's a day where you wake up and these things are completely different for you, and they don't hold you back or any way, and they don't come back to haunt you like they used to do. And I guess that's when we've hit healing. But anyhow, my point is that Thor has hit a plateau in his healing, and now we've kind of got like goofy Thor, who still was great in battle. Did wreck that high priest, God tower. That didn't go well for him. But like, it's still like he was still trying. He came back. He got right into the fight. It got goofy because he saw Jane, but they got right back into the fight. He still was interested in protecting his people. He saw all the commotion the next day. He tried to be a leader. It got a little goofy again.
Look, I love Taika Waititi. I love everything that I've seen from him. I love What We Do in the Shadows was
amazing.
The first, and I would have been fine. It was just the subject matter that they were dealing with. It shouldn't have been gore. They should have picked a different villain and done the movie that way. It shouldn't have been gore. It was too. I don't want to see like a huge hall of gods. Like, these are the gods of the MCU. You know what I mean? I don't want to see it in that light. You know what I mean? Like, it was just.
You want it to have more.
I wanted to feel, like to feel the weight of it. And like, these are the gods. They just cheapened everything. I thought in that movie, like the gods were a joke.
Well, okay, let's be clear. The problem with gods is that they are always petty and full of crap, and like, so it's not like we were getting versions of the gods that we've never seen before. It's just that usually they take themselves slightly more seriously.
So Anthony, because this was running, I'm gonna go straight to some quick questions and we're gonna finish it. Your quick impression of Jane overall in the movie?
I really liked her. So I don't know. Like, I thought that the way her story ends, in a way, it's like, she would.
I thought it was a beautiful goodbye.
It was great. It was just rushed.
So
it was like a one and done. Not even a one, like half a one and done.
Steve, what was your impression of Gore?
It was a waste.
How
they
so?
wasted that villain. It should have been a different villain. I don't know. I've already said it. Like, he needed more time too. He wasn't Gore the God Butcher. They don't show him butchering gods. You don't feel like, oh my God, like, it's just this joke of like pantheons of gods sitting in a room like, oh my God, yeah, Gore's out there, whatever, we don't care. We're having an orgy. Like, all right, I get it, but it was too much, man. Like, it was just too much.
Go ahead, Anthony.
Oh no, I think what it is with movies, you show don't tell, and I think a lot of people. That's what I've heard from a lot of other people. Yeah. I get it. They tell you, like, not only did he butcher the god that they show you him kill, but he was killing other gods. And so when they get to the Infinity City, right? Zeus is like, we're not gonna worry about that. So, but it's because you can't kill any of them in their little Infinity City, right? So he can't find
City, wasn't it?
Omnipotence City, and he can't. They can't find the gods there.
All right, so real quick, going from Cliff, we'll start with you. Quick 10-15 seconds, your rating and overall of the movie.
8, I enjoyed it. The classic rock music, okay. Leave that entirely to Guardians of the Galaxy and when they are your guest star. Sweet Child of Mine actually helped me knock points off this movie because it was just so overused. The actual soundtrack, the one that someone had to actually work on, was like dum, 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 dum. Freaking great. Love that. Wonderful. Love Jane Foster. I feel like this is not the last we see of her. Thought it was lovely. And I think that girl is Singularity. I'm happy about that.
Anthony.
Wait, who's Singularity?
Thor's adopted niece there.
Yeah.
Anthony, your turn. Score and quick review.
I give it like a 7 out of 10. I liked it. Yeah, it was fun. You know what I mean? I don't think they all have to be perfect, but I get where people have complaints about the comedy and about I don't know what it is. It's just something about the tone or rush of the movie too. Because there is a point in the movie where I thought they did a really cool thing with gore, where it was like there was no color, right? So it's like it's all black and white, but where they were fighting was like on a planetoid, if I remember correctly, right? They were on this like planetoid, and it's like, why was there a tent? I don't know. It just kind of took me out of the movie or something. It was like I'm like concentrating on the fact that the background is just a
because that's where he made his little headquarters.
He made like a little headquarters.
Yes, and because he's a desert, and because he came from like a nomadic desert life, he just did what you do. He just made sense.
Steve, score and quick review.
5 or 6. 5 or 6 just wasn't for me, but a great like MCU family movie that you could take your kids to, and yeah.
All right, that's our review of Thor: Love and Thunder, guys.
Go see Nope.
Go see
Go see Wakanda Forever in November.
Yeah.
And Wakanda Forever in November.
That looks. I mean,
That's
we're
the
talking
only
about that.
thing in
So
the
excited.
MCU that.
Alright, so my favorite comic book superhero type movie, I'm gonna cheat a little bit out here, is Return of the Jedi. This was the first movie I ever saw in a theater. I was 5 years old, and I can remember sitting in the theater and watching that epic scene where Vader's going through, he's looking for Luke. He's like, sister, soul.
Yes.
And then the music kicks in, do 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 do.
Yes.
And then when he's like, Darth!
Yeah, the rage.
And then the music behind when they're fighting, and I'm 5 years old watching this.
Yep.
And Luke is like, dang, dang,
Yeah.
dang,
He's making
dang,
noises
dang.
as he's
Yeah, like,
fighting.
look.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they say, I was like, and then when the Emperor walks up, he's just like annoyed that Luke doesn't want. He's like, and then of course the scene where Vader, when the Emperor's frying Luke, and Luke is like, Father, please, and the music is building, and Vader is just like looking at Luke and looking at the Emperor and just looking, and I'm 5 years old watching this, and I'm like, what is he gonna do? And then he makes that move.
Picks him up.
I was like, oh my god. And he threw him down. I'm talking about the original, not the one where he's like, no. That stuff that they added in later, I wasn't feeling that.
Did they really do that?
Yeah, you go back into the specials. He goes like this. He goes, no. And he throws him down.
Bad.
But that is my favorite comic book / superhero movie ever. I said I was gonna cheat a little
They
bit.
did cheat a little.
But Star Wars is a comic book that I read heavily.
Yeah.
that comic book saved Marvel Comics. That is significant.
Yes. So there you go. There's a tie.
That actually saved
Return of
Marvel
the
Comics,
Jedi.
but that's not fair. Like I would have said Return of the Jedi. Like,
No, you can't. You can't. You're trying to come back now. No. All right. That's my picks.
See what?
Peace.
God bless. Good night. Thanks for joining us again. Hope to see y'all next week.
I've been here 6
Take
hours
care.
for more club.
We'll see you next week for maybe some
I'm
magic
I'm
opening.
I'm the winner.
Teach you how to play the game, maybe.
Alright. Anthony doesn't
Bye, everybody. Have a good time.
See y'all later. Peace out, y'all.
Thanks for having me. See y'all.
All right, man.
See you next week.
See y'all next week.
Peace out.